Hmm? Okay, ma'am. So let us see the next concept. Second application of Pascal's lemma. We studied already the application of hydraulic press and hydraulic lift. No? Now we are studying about barometer. So in the case of barometer, we take a 1 meter long tube, fill it completely with mercury, fill completely with mercury, okay ma, and invert it in a tube of or in a tank of mercury. Invert it in a tank of mercury. Clear ma? So we take this tube, fill it completely with mercury up to 1 meter, and we invert this one again in a tank of mercury. So therefore here also mercury is present, and this liquid is also mercury. Are you able to understand? Now by using this apparatus, we try to measure the pressure which is existing in the atmosphere. Okay ma? So what we try to do, we try to measure what? Pressure of atmosphere. Pressure of atmosphere. Okay. Now let us see how we can measure the pressure of atmosphere ma. See, I will take 2 points ma. Okay. So this is 1 point, point number 1. Okay. Where is this point? This point is present on the top surface of the liquid, no? First point. So I will take one more point inside this test tube at the same level. Are you able to understand? So this is point number 2. So where I am taking 2 points, both the points I am taking on the same surface, at the same height. Okay. But 1 point is outside the test tube and 1 point is inside the test tube. So therefore these 2 points, they are present in the same liquid and they are present in the same height also. Liquid is also same, height is also same. So what is the first statement of Pascal ma? First statement of Pascal is what? If 2 points, if they are at the same height, pressure remains to be same. That is the point. No? So therefore, according to first statement of Pascal, if 2 points are at same height, and the liquid also should be same, and in same liquid, okay, then pressure should be equal. Pressures should be equal. This is what we understand. No? So therefore what I say, pressure at point 1 is equals to pressure at point 2. This point I can understand. Up to here it is clear, no? 2 points, they are at the same height, so definitely pressure should be equal, and both the points, they are in mercury only. If points are present in different liquids, then the condition is different, but both of them, they are present in same liquid only, no? So pressures must be equal. Okay. Now can you say at point number 1, who is giving the pressure? At point number 1, atmosphere is giving the pressure, no? Okay. So therefore definitely I can say that pressure at point 1 is nothing but atmospheric pressure, because atmosphere is responsible for giving pressure at point number 1. At point number 2, who is giving the pressure? This height of mercury column is giving the pressure. See, this mercury column, it is not open to the atmosphere, no? This mercury is open to the atmosphere. The mercury which is present in the tank, that is open to the atmosphere. But this mercury, is it open to atmosphere? No. So their atmospheric pressure is not acting. Okay, ma? So therefore at point number 2, the pressure should have been only because of length of this mercury column. Are you able to understand? So therefore what I say, pressure at point number 2 is because of what? This is only because of pressure due to mercury column. Okay. And also we are saying that these two pressures, they should be equal, no? Pressure at point 1 and pressure at point number 2, they should be equal. So therefore, length of this mercury column decides what is the pressure at point number 1. Or we can say pressure at point 1 decides what should be the height of the mercury that should be present in this tube. Are you able to understand? What is the formula of pressure? Pressure due to liquid column, formula. Pressure, rho Hg. Pressure due to liquid column is rho Hg. So therefore, completed ma writing this diagram? Now see. So therefore, as P1 and P2 both are equal, I can write P1 is equals to P2. So pressure at point 1 is nothing but atmospheric pressure, and pressure at point number 2 is because of rho Hg. That's all, no? Why I am writing rho Hg? Why I am writing rho Hg, ma? Because pressure inside the test tube is only because of height of the liquid column. Are you able to understand? And what is the liquid that is present? Mercury is the liquid. So therefore I will write atmospheric pressure is equals to rho into H into G. Are you able to understand? So therefore, this is one important statement which we should remember. Now generally, atmospheric pressure is how much? Atmospheric pressure is 1.01 into 10 power 5 Pascal. So atmosphere will give this much amount of pressure. 1.01, or if you want precisely, 1.013 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square, or you can say Pascal. Is it clear? So therefore, this is equals to rho Hg. Clear, Nama? Now what is meant by rho here? Rho is nothing but density of liquid. What is the liquid here? Mercury. What is the density of mercury? 13,600. Height of the mercury column, I don't know. But acceleration due to gravity, G value, I know, Nama, it is equals to 9.8, or approximately you can write 10. Okay. So if I do this total calculation, then I will get H is equals to 76 centimeters of mercury. This is what I will get. Okay. All are known quantities, Nama, only H is an unknown quantity. So if I calculate H value, what is the answer I will get? 76 centimeters of mercury. So what do you understand by 76 centimeters of mercury? 76 centimeters of mercury means, what do you understand? Okay. See, pressure is given by only height of the liquid column, no? So to give this much amount of pressure, 1 atmospheric pressure, what should be the height of mercury? Height of the mercury should be 76 centimeters. That is the meaning of this. So previously we have done one problem on height of mercury column, Nama. Do you remember in thermodynamics? I think we have done. So pressure can be measured in terms of centimeters of mercury also. Are you able to understand? Pressure can be measured in terms of centimeters of mercury also. 76 centimeters indicates that in that region 1 atmospheric pressure is present. Okay? So write down. Sima. So therefore, so if I draw the diagram once again, so this is the tube and here mercury is filled. Okay, ma? So therefore, what should be the height of the mercury column, ma? If atmospheric pressure is 1.01 into 10 power 5, then it should be 76 centimeters of mercury should be present. Okay. Now if I ask you some questions, Sima, if I take this apparatus to a height of some 500 meters, okay, this barometer, I am taking it to a height of 500 meters. Then can you say what happens to the length of this mercury column? Will it remain same, increases or decreases? Increases. Why it increases? Are you able to understand what I am saying? I am taking this apparatus to a height of some 500 meters above the sea level. Okay. Then what happens to the length of mercury inside this tube? Previously it was 76, no? At sea level it was 76. If I go to a height of 500 meters, what happens to this level? Increases or decreases? Increases. Why? Atmospheric pressure? If I go beyond a certain height, atmospheric pressure decreases. Density of air reduces, no? So if you go higher and higher, pressure due to atmosphere reduces. So for example, here pressure due to atmosphere is reducing. Then same pressure should be existing here also, no? And here pressure is decided by whom? Height of mercury column. So what happens to the mercury column level? Mercury column level also reduces. Are you able to understand? So therefore, at a height of at a height of 500 meters. Okay, ma? Height of mercury column will be how much? Height of mercury column will be nearly 72 centimeters only. Okay. So why the high level of mercury column is reducing, ma? Because pressure is reducing, no? And here pressure is given by only height of the mercury column. So if pressure reduces, height of mercury column also reduces. This is one question. Is it clear? I will give you one more question. Try to answer this one. So this is the concept of hilly regions. Okay. Now second question is based on thickness of tube. Thickness of tube. Clear? So what I do is, I will take a very thick tube. Okay, ma? Previously, I have taken a very thin tube, no, ma? In the thin tube, what should be the height of mercury column? 76. If I take a very thick tube, then what should be the height of mercury column? For example, here, let pressure be atmospheric pressure. How much pressure is acting? 1 atm pressure is acting. Okay? Therefore, inside this bigger tube, thicker tube, what should be the height of mercury column? 76 only. Sure? 76 only. Because pressure is given by whom? Pressure is given by only height of the mercury column. It doesn't depend upon size of the tube, thickness of the tube. No, it doesn't depend. Depends only on height of the mercury column. Are you able to understand? Second condition. So I will give you one more condition. Third condition. Pouring some mercury in the tank. Okay, ma? This is third case. Now what I am doing, I am taking a tank of mercury. Okay, ma? And this is the tube in which, let us suppose, 76 centimeters of mercury is present. Okay. Now what I do is, I will pour some mercury into this one. I will raise the length of mercury or height of mercury by 2 centimeter inside the tank. So previously this was the height, no, ma? By pouring some mercury, I am making the height up to here. So what is the increase in height? 2 centimeters of mercury I am adding. Okay. Now can you say what happens to the level of mercury inside the tube? Ma? Will it increases, decreases, or remains constant? Remains constant. Anybody? I am pouring 2 centimeter of mercury. Then what happens to the level of mercury in the tube? It also increases by 2 centimeter. Yes. See, ma, if I pour 2 centimeter of mercury, then what happens to the height of mercury column above mercury? It reduces by 2 centimeters, no? 76 centimeters means which height we are taking? We should not take the height from the bottom of this tube. 76 centimeters means height only above the mercury column. Only this height we are supposed to take, no? Are you able to understand, ma? So if I pour 2 centimeters of mercury, mercury will cover up to here, no, ma? Then how much will be the height? It will be only 74. Okay? But atmospheric pressure is indicated by 76, no? So what happens to the height of the mercury column? Height of the mercury column also increases by 2 centimeters. Are you able to understand? Clear, ma? Height means you should not take 76 from the bottom of this tube, ma. You should take 76 from top of the mercury column in the tank. Don't be confused. Anduke innisalu diagrams chesta undedu. Is it clear? Because we are taking pressure at these 2 points, no? At this point, who is giving the pressure? The mercury column above the mercury surface inside the tank. Are you able to understand? Mercury column painunna level to manaku pani kindunna level to gaadu. Is it clear? So here atmospheric pressure is same. Here also same pressure should be there, no? But now height of the mercury column has reduced by 2 centimeter. Only 74 is present. So therefore what happens to the mercury in the tank, mercury in this tube? This also rises by 2 centimeters. So that again 76 centimeters is present. Is it clear? So all these values I am saying just to understand what is the concept here which is happening. Are you able to understand? So write down. So therefore, even if mercury is added, height inside the test tube, height inside the test tube must remain how much? 76 centimeters only. Okay, that is the meaning of it. So automatically inside the test tube also level increases by 2 centimeters. Is it clear, ma? That's it. Okay. So this is the second application of what you call barometer. Okay. Completed, ma? So for example, this is a tube, and in this tube, let us suppose 78 centimeters of mercury is present. Then can you say what is the atmospheric pressure in that region? Can you answer this question? In a certain region, I want to measure atmospheric pressure. I have used a barometer. Then I have seen that what is the height of mercury inside the tank, inside this test tube. Height above the mercury column is 78 centimeters of mercury is present. Now in that region, can you say how much will be the atmospheric pressure? Anybody? How can I do this calculation? 78 by 76? ఏమొస్తుంది? ఎలా చేసి చెప్పండి. Okay, see ma, here 76 centimeter represents 1 atmospheric pressure, no? 1 atmospheric pressure means how much? 1.01 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. Clear? So therefore, one thing which I can say is pressure is directly proportional to height of mercury column, no? Pressure at a region is directly proportional to height of mercury column. If height of mercury column increases, pressure also increases. So therefore, can't I write that P2 by P1 is equal to H2 by H1? Definitely I can write, no? Clear, no? So therefore, I want P2. So P2 is equals to P1 multiplied by H2 divided by H1. Okay. So therefore, P2 is equals to, what is P1? 1 atmospheric pressure. So 1.01 into 10 power 5 multiplied by, final height was 78, but actual height should be 76. So if you do this calculation, you will get the pressure existing in that particular region. Are you able to understand me? So definitely pressure is greater than 1.01 into 10 power 5, no? Are you able to understand me? Why? Because height of the mercury column is greater than 76. అర్థమవుతుందా ఎలా చేస్తున్నాము? Height pressure is directly proportional to height of mercury column. So therefore P1 by P2 is equals to H2 by H1. Okay. Height of what? Height of mercury column. Hg means mercury, hydride serum. Okay. So that is the concept of, okay. So next application, third application of Pascal's law is manometer. Okay. So what is a manometer? It is just an inverted U-tube. Mana U-tube gadi, U-tube. Inverted U-tube is called as a manometer. See, in this manometer, we can pour any liquid, water, mercury, anything you can pour. And that liquid is called as manometric liquid. Are you able to understand? So if I pour mercury into this one, so according to Pascal's law, definitely you can say that if liquid is same liquid, definitely in both the limbs, the level of liquid should be at the same height. Clear, Nama? So definitely I can say that here what is the pressure? Pressure at point A, and point B also should be at same height, no? So this is point B. So definitely I can say that pressure at point A is equals to pressure at point B. Is it clear? Similarly, if I take some more 2 points, let us take some 2 points at this height. So here let us call this point as point C, and this point let us call it as point D. Okay, ma? So now can you say pressure at point C is definitely equal to pressure at point D, no, ma? because both these points, they are present in the same mercury. Both of them, they are present in mercury itself, no? So pressures must be equal. Now can you say, if this height is h, okay, therefore this height is also h, no? So what will be pressure at point C, can you say, if it is mercury? If this is mercury, then what is the pressure at point C? And what is the pressure at point D? Can you say? At point C, how much will be the pressure? Only rho hg. Pressure at point C will be atmospheric pressure plus height of the liquid column. Clear? No? Because yesterday we have studied absolute pressure and gauge pressure. No, ma? What is gauge pressure? It is the sum of what is absolute pressure, sum of gauge pressure plus atmospheric pressure. So atmospheric pressure will be present everywhere, no? Are you able to understand? Because of Pascal's second statement. If you increase the pressure at one point, same increase is transmitted throughout the liquid. Okay? So therefore, at point C, the pressure will be atmospheric pressure plus rho hg, height of the liquid column. Clear, no? Similarly, pressure at point D also will be same. It is also equal to P atmosphere plus rho hg, height of the mercury column. Are you able to understand? Now let us see how we can use this manometer to find the density of an unknown liquid. Okay, ma? Completed writing up to here? So one application of manometer is finding the density of unknown liquid. Okay, ma? I have a liquid whose density I don't know, ma? So I want to find out its density. Okay. Now let us see. First of all, this is a manometer. Okay, ma? So in this one, initially, let us suppose mercury was filled. Draw some good diagrams, ma? Don't draw these type of diagrams. Clear? So consider this is the initial level of mercury present inside this tank. Okay? So what is this liquid? This is mercury. Now what I am doing is, in this test tube, okay, ma? In the same test tube, I am pouring some liquid whose density I don't know. Okay? This was the initial level, no? Initial level of mercury. Are you able to understand? Now what I am doing is, I am pouring some liquid. This is the liquid which I am pouring. Okay? Then I observe that the mercury column has gone down by, let us suppose it is 5 centimeter. Okay, ma? Mercury column has gone down by 5 centimeter. Okay? And what is the height of oil or fluid which I have placed? So let this height of the oil be some, how much shall I take? I will take 10 centimeters for now. Okay, ma? So mercury column has gone down by 5 centimeter. Okay? So if mercury column has gone down by 5 centimeter, one minute. So Sima here on one side I am pouring some oil or some liquid. And what is the height of the liquid which I have poured? 10 centimeter. Then I observe that mercury column has gone down by 5 centimeter. So on this side, if level of mercury has reduced by 5, then on this side what should be the increase of mercury column? Definitely it also increases by 5 only. That's all, no? If a thickness of tube on both sides is same, what is the thickness of this tube? If same is the thickness of this tube also, then here if 5 centimeters of mercury goes down, here the increase of mercury column will be exactly 5 centimeters. Is it clear? Now this is the given condition, ma. I want to calculate what is the density of this liquid. Density of this liquid is how much? Okay. Can you say how can I do this calculation? Anybody? By using Pascal's law only. How can I calculate density of this liquid? So what is the total height of liquid I have placed? 10 centimeters of liquid I have placed. Mercury column has gone down by 5 centimeter. Here mercury column has gone upwards by 5 centimeters. ఈ వైపు 5 centimeters కిందికి వెళితే ఈ వైపు 5 centimeters పైకి వస్తుంది కదా, పెద్ద రాకెట్ సైన్స్ ఏం లేదు దాంట్లో. Now can you say how can I calculate the density of this liquid which I have poured? Anybody? By using Pascal's law. Okay. అయితే 10th క్లాస్లో మార్కులు ఎన్నిరా అంటే నా పేరు జ్యోతి సార్, మా నాయన పేరు సుబ్బారావు సార్ అండి. నిజమే అదంతా, నీ 10th క్లాస్ మార్కులు అడుగుతూ ఉన్నాను. ఎనీబడి? సిమా, వాట్ ఈస్ పాస్కల్స్ ఫస్ట్ స్టేట్మెంట్? If I take 2 points which are at the same height, okay ma, and in the same liquid, okay, then at both points pressure should be equal, no? Is it correct? So this is the second line which I have drawn, and this line is present in mercury itself. So this is the point where mercury is ending, no ma, and here also mercury is present. So this is point A and this one is point B. So both points are present at same height, and they are present in same liquid also. Same mercury is present, no? So therefore what I can say, definitely I can say pressure at point A must be equal to pressure at point B. I can write like this now. Now at point A, who is giving pressure? At point A, who is giving pressure, ma? At point A, who is giving pressure? Atmospheric pressure plus gauge pressure. Gauge pressure is how much? H value is how much? This is 10, no ma, this is another 10. So total how much? So this is 5 centimeter, this is additional 5 centimeter. 5 plus 5, 10 centimeter. So therefore pressure at point A is atmospheric pressure plus pressure, or I can write rho Hg. So rho into, rho means density of mercury, and height of mercury is 10 multiplied by G value. I can write like this, no? Rho Hg. Okay, height is 10 centimeters of mercury. Rho means density of mercury. G value is G only. Now can you say what is pressure at point B, ma? Pressure at point B is given by whom? So one is atmospheric pressure will be present first of all. Then what is the height of the fluid? 10 centimeters only. So therefore here I will write rho of oil or any fluid multiplied by, this is also 10 and this is also G value. Okay. So by looking at these two equations, one point which I can clearly say is that density of oil is nothing but density of mercury. Can I say like this? Clear, Nama? So P atmosphere will get cancelled. 10G also will get cancelled. So therefore I say that what is the density of mercury which I have poured, ma? Density of mercury is nothing but density of oil itself. Or density of oil is nothing but density of mercury itself. Is it clear? So by using which concept we have done this calculation? By using Pascal's first statement. Okay. If 2 points are present at the same height and in the same liquid, then at those 2 points pressure will be equal. That's it. Clear? Write down. So and what is the density of mercury, ma? 13,600 kg per meter cube. That is the density of mercury. Fine. So see this question. So in one limb of manometer, 2 different immixable oils. Immixable oils means what, ma? Which cannot be mixed. We cannot mix them. Okay. So are poured up to heights of 10 centimeter and 20 centimeter. So one oil is poured to a height of 10 centimeter, second oil is poured to a height of 20 centimeter. Density of first oil is also given 1000. Then if the mercury column goes down by 5 centimeters, so this is the initial level of mercury, no? So mercury column has gone down by how many centimeters? 5 centimeters. So in the second limb, mercury column goes up by 5 centimeters. Understand, no? In one limb it goes down by 5. In the second limb it moves upwards by 5. Then what is the density of the second oil? So how can I do this calculation? Again same concept. So in the same liquid at the same height, you take 2 different points. So this is point A and this one is point B. Is it clear? Both of them they are present in mercury only, no? Point A and point B, both of them they are present in mercury itself. So do the calculation. So one point which I can write is according to Pascal's law, pressure at point A must be equal to pressure at point B. At point A, who is giving the pressure? Atmospheric pressure plus gauge pressure of what? Which liquid column? Mercury. How much is the height? 5 plus 5, total 10, no? Clear number, 10 centimeter. So therefore, atmospheric pressure plus density of mercury multiplied by height of the mercury column multiplied by G value. That's all, no? Pressure at point B is given by? At point B, who is giving the pressure? Atmospheric pressure plus gauge pressure of what? First oil plus second oil. So therefore I will write atmospheric pressure plus, okay ma? So density of rho 1 H1 G plus rho 2 H2 G. I can write like this, no? Height of pressure due to first oil, pressure due to second oil. Rho H1 G plus rho H2 G. Because two oils are present, no? So pressure is given by both of them. Okay. So therefore atmospheric pressure and atmospheric pressure will get cancelled. Density of mercury is how much? 13,600 multiplied by 10 multiplied by G is equals to density of first oil is already given 1000. Height is given as 10 centimeter multiplied by G. Density of second oil I don't know, but height is 20 centimeter and G value. So therefore 0, G, 0, G, 0, G are the common values. And anything which is common? No. So 13600 is equals to 1000 plus rho 2 into 2. So therefore 2 rho 2 is equals to 13600 minus 1000. So it is how much? 12600. So therefore rho 2 is equals to 12600 divided by 2. So it is 6300 kg per meter cube. That is my answer. Okay, ma? So density of second oil is how much? 6300 kg per meter cube. Is it clear? That's all. Okay, ma? So based on which logic we have done? Again, same old story. So if 2 points are taken at same height in the same liquid, then at 2 points pressure should be equal. Okay? Points should be at same height also. Liquid also should be same. Both points should be in mercury only. Then only we can apply this calculation. Okay? That's it. Okay, ma. Now see. So second application of manometer is to find the pressure of gas in a cylinder. So this is a manometer, ma. To one limb of a manometer, we are connecting a gas cylinder, ma. Then I want to measure pressure of the gas present inside this cylinder. Now can you say how can I measure the pressure inside this cylinder, ma? Anybody, can you say? Again same concept, Sima. So here if you take this point A and same parallel point B, okay? So these 2 points, they are at same height, no? Clear, no? 2 points are at the same height. So at point A, who is giving pressure? Okay, ma? So at point A, who is giving pressure? The gas inside the cylinder is giving the pressure. Now here atmospheric pressure is not there, no? Because this cylinder, it is not open to the atmosphere. Okay, ma? But at point B, who is giving pressure, ma? At point B, first of all, this height of this mercury column and atmospheric pressure, both of them, they are giving the pressure. So just equate both of them. Clear, no? So therefore, how can I calculate? So pressure at point A must be equal to pressure at point B. At point A, who is giving pressure? Pressure of gas. Only gas is giving the pressure. That's all, no? And this cylinder, it is not open to the atmosphere. So atmospheric pressure is not present. Similarly, at point B, who is giving the pressure? Atmospheric pressure plus rho Hg, height of the liquid column. That's all. Just if you equate both of them, you will be able to calculate the pressure of gas which is present inside the cylinder. Clear? That's a very simple concept.